But I think real players are all set to go. I'm seeing readies on both sides of the screen and counting it on down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Already won with the Tetris. This lead is about 200,000 points. And Kirby can't get the long bar over. He tries to 5-tap it. It doesn't work. And Kirby is going to top out. Scuti is in a chase down now. I believe one more line bird should do it. And that is a chase down complete. Looks like Kirby's in a bit of trouble here. He's got to get that long bar over. He can't. Is he going to survive this? That is the big question. The answer to that big question is no on the board, but B also has a precarious situation, so we're going to bring our focus to that right side of the board as Kirby tries to get his way out of this, and Kirby's going to top out. Okay, I see a ready from both players. It's time to start match number 2. Let's count this down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Yep. And we are off. Yes, it is the last match of the day, at least on the Super Show. There is going to be more Tetris action, just not on the CTL channel. It is Tuesday, so that means the TNP show and the after party. Oh, no. No. It wouldn't be an initial Super Stream without my mic cutting out mid-commentary. But, as I was trying to say, the TNP show is on tonight, so that and the after party. So we might raid. Maybe we'll raid them after this. Maybe we won't. We'll take a look and see. But yeah, the TNP show should be on most of the rest of the evening, at least evening for me. They'll probably go until about 10 p.m. toast time, or we'll call it about 3 a.m. UTC. So we'll see who's doing that. I think MathWiz usually does the after party, but it might be Ethan tonight. I don't know for sure. And they'll go until people don't want to play Tetris anymore. So you could get bonus Tetris action, more Tetris than you can shake a stick at. CTL followed by the TNP show. Coming up now. And early on, both players had a bit of burning to do. Both are able to get out of it easily, and Kirby is able to get a Tetris. SV also doing the same. Both players have got their stacks back in order, clean, and SV's a little high, but nothing too bad for him as a roller to take care of. Kirby, meanwhile, just got Tetris ready, and he's waiting for the long bar as well. Again, we're coming up to about 50 lines cleared. Once we get to halfway, I'll give you a pace update so you can see what these players are looking at in terms of what they might do heading into level 19. But again, we've got D1 players, Division 1B. Both of them can play well into the kill screen, so we'll see how things shake out as Kirby has hung some pieces there. They're about halfway up his board. Both players kind of sort of in the burn unit, although SV does get a dirty center well Tetris. Going for the Quaid strats there, getting that dirty center well, and also simultaneously transitioning his weld back to the right side. So great work there by SV to get out of that situation. Kirby has a couple of gaps there in the middle, and he's trying to get the right pieces to get out of it. Now with the long bar dependency, he's kind of up high. Let's see if he gets the right pieces. They're not working out for him. Oh, maybe they are. He's burning down, still surviving, still staying alive, halfway to transition. I said I'd give a pace update. SV is at about 660,000, and Kirby's at about 540,000 as he gets a very quick hey now on the line count. And Kirby is surviving this dig situation. He's still not down yet, so it's going to give SV a chance to expand on this lead he has, which is already at 4 Tetrises. But Kirby's been in a very big dig situation, very high up, and he's managed to finally break free and get that right well open, and he can start working things up from the bottom. Once he's able to burn out, he's actually dirty Tetris ready. Let's see if the long bar shows up for him. And there it is, dirty Tetris. All of the hard work pays off. A tremendous dig effort from Kirby to get out of that and finish it off with the dirty Tetris. Meanwhile, SV has just managed to stay relatively clean. He was able to tack on another Tetris to that lead, so he's up by almost 6 Tetrises. And we're coming up to 100 lines. We'll score update, we'll pace update. 365k for Kirby, 495k for SV. You knew it was going to happen. And that lead is about 4.7 Tetrises. SV looking at maybe a 600k transition. Kirby probably looking at something closer to 480k or maybe a 500k with a good run here as we pass the turn, getting close to that level 19 transition. And now we're about 15 lines away from that switch to level 19. And that lead remaining steady. Both players are out of, well, I might have just commentators cursed it. Kirby doesn't get the tuck there on the TP, so he has a couple of gaps in the stack. Should be able to burn out of this all right. And then transition over to level 19 as SV gets a Tetris. About 10 lines to go here for both players. As SV is pouring it on here, heading towards that level 19. He's got 634,000. We could be looking at a high 650k transition from SV if he's able to finish it off with the Tetris. Meanwhile, Kirby transitions into level 19, 467k. SV does at 658,000. So he's got that 6 Tetris and change lead, although that one will make it 7. And I'm not sure he meant to put that Z piece there, so a little bit of a hang, but he makes his way out of it. Meanwhile, Kirby's got almost a center well Tetris, but he decides to transition the well back over to the right side. And we're on to level 20 for both players. Again, SV up 711,000 to 522,000. That lead continues to expand. He's sitting at 5.9 Tetrises now, so looks like maybe Kirby was able to take a bit back there late. But again, still a sizable lead for Sam, but we're only on level 21. There's a lot of time to go, especially with the ability to play in the kill screen for both of these players. And Kirby's now starting to throw down Tetrises. He's doing his best to poke and prod and chip away at this lead that SV has built up, thanks to that just absolutely wild dig situation he was in, just flinging pieces left and right. The pieces weren't cooperating, the board wasn't cooperating, but Kirby persevered and got out of that dig early on, and now he's sitting just 4 or so Tetrises down onto level 23. He's definitely making a game out of this. Nobody here should assume that SV has this one in the bag, and we get a simul Tetris, both players throwing it down at the same time. Current scores on 23, 848k for SV, 720k for Kirby, who's now got a long bar dependency in column number 7, waiting for that long bar. There it is, but now he can't use it. He's about 2/3 of the way up the board. What's going to happen? Can he get another dig in the books? He cannot, and SV takes game number 1, 910,000 to 727,000 players. So we're going to count down game number 2 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. See, on my end, I guess this would be more of a snack, but any of you have heard of Hot Ones? Basically, it's kind of like a talk show interview thing where they interview people and feed them rather hot wings. I got these Pringles that were apparently Hot Ones flavored barbacoa, and for something mass-produced, they actually have a decent kick to them. I was kind of surprised when I took a bite into it. I was like, wow, there's actually some spice in this. So, and if you need a snack in a pinch, find the Pringles Hot Ones flavors. They're not bad. Not a paid endorsement, of course. Just something I found at the store, ate it, and I'd get them again. All right, hey, we got a Hey Now on the board. Kirby's got the Hey Now, 69,000 points. And he also had a T-Tuck and follows it up with the Tetris. So Kirby doing a little aura farming on the right side of the board over there. Now, looking at my info, someone feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I looked and I did not see any prior matchup info between these two. So this could very well be a first-time matchup. Unless, of course, my information is wrong. Feel free to correct me in the chat if that's the case. We've got SV and we've got Kirby, potentially a first-time matchup, so we'll see who takes the advantage in this first ever match, all-time series. Oh, I got a thumbs up from SV, so I'm assuming he's confirming what I know or what I said, that this is a first-time matchup between these two players. But let's see how this plays out. This is one for the history books. A thumbs up from both. Dual thumbs up means I am right, and as we all know, that's what really matters here. Toast was right. What I can tell you is, as far as elo, there is a little bit of a gap there, but that's to be expected when you start getting up to the higher levels. I mean, you're looking at just raw elo. SV does have the edge there, 2130 versus 1892 again. That's based on what I have in the match database. So if it's been updated since then, I do not have that info, but there is an elo edge. But as we all know, it's not elo that wins games. It's scores and matches that win games. So if you want to see if elo is right or wrong on this one, you'll have to keep watching. And again, we're coming up to halfway to the level 19 transition. Once both players get there, I will give that pace and score update. Kirby is there. Yep, Kirby is there. He has got a transition pace of about 610,000. And with another Tetris, SV is going to be there as well. And we'll see what he has for a pace once he reaches that halfway mile marker to transition. He's getting a little high. Had a 22-piece drought, but gets the Tetris. He's probably looking at about a 675k transition pace. Actual scores at the moment, 348,000 for SV and 352,000 for Kirby, although both of them got a Tetris, so you got your Toast Tetris score update deal. So that is in the books. Put that down on your Tetris bingo card. And on Kirby's side, we're coming up to another drought. It was only 18 pieces, though, and he's rewarded with a back-to-back Tetris. No points in this game for it on the scoreboard, but points in our hearts as, again, if you were playing some sort of Tetris bingo game, Kirby is helping you get your board filled up with all of the cool stuff going on his side of the board. But SV is doing some great things, too. He's got a great pace. We'll see how that looks as we come up to 100 lines and the turn as well. We're almost there. SV already with half a max out, puts the Vits down. SV says, I can play with style too. Throws it down, now waiting for that long bar. He gets it with the Tetris. And right now, his pace probably looking at about, we'll say about 630,000 points for level 19. Kirby's pace has cooled off a bit as he's now got some Swiss cheese on his board. We'll see what he does to get out of this. His pace looking at probably about 570,000 for level 19. But again, he's got gaps in his board, columns 1, 4, 5, and then down to 3. He's got a Phantom S piece that he also has to work out there. So we'll bring our attention to Kirby's side, where we'll see how he negotiates this burn. And conversely, we can also see how much SV is able to expand on his lead as Kirby's trying to work his way down to the bottom, just 10 lines from transition. And SNC Kirby has managed to transition as well over to the right side. He's getting a lot of long bars. He's got this tower of long bar on the left that almost goes up to the top of the board. He's just been throwing them over there, almost as if that column number 1 is a hold section like you'd see in modern Tetris. But SV is continuing to throw it on, continuing to make this lead bigger. Kirby transitions at 521,000. SV transitions with a hey now, 694,000. A hey now transition. You love to see it. And we're on to level 19. And that lead is 152,000 points. So it was that. Now it's only about a 4, almost a 5 Tetris lead. As SV puts another one in, gets the T-Tuck, gets the Tetris, 724k for SV, 594,000 for Kirby, both players on level 20. And SV he just has this monster pace going on right now, still getting T-Tucks like crazy. He's been just doing everything you need him to do to get this high score, but Kirby says, I'm not out of this. I can throw down too. So he is making SV earn every point of this one, and SV's probably going to need it the way Kirby has been surviving in this game and getting Tetrises down and keeping anyone from pulling away too much. Now it's SV moving to level 22, as well as Kirby. They both are now on level 22. We've got about 70 lines until the kill screen. 704k for Kirby, 839k for SV, who's got a Hey Now on the line counter now. So, again, if this were an Omen stream, that Hey Now counter would be rising up like crazy, just like SV's board has risen up to about halfway. With the rolling on level 19, he can still get out of this, but it's going to require some cooperation from RNG. He's going to need some good pieces to make it work, and he is getting them. So he gets a split triple, manages to lower this board to a much safer spot, but Kirby is also burning. He's got to open up that right side, and then he can start getting Tetris ready, which he is. And amongst all this, Kirby has managed to cut this down to about a 2 Tetris and change lead. 870,000 for SV, 802,000 for Kirby, but he needs a long bar, gets the 5-tab over and throws down a Tetris. And again, the lead is dwindling with every Tetris on Kirby's side. At the moment, he's got it down to just over a Tetris after being down 6+ Tetrises earlier in transition. Again, the scores are 937. Oh, 969,000. Another Hey Now for you all. 899k for Kirby. Gets the T-Tuck, gets the Tetris, and they're only separated by 38,000 points. A Tetris and a little bit more is all we have between these two players as SV goes into level 27. And hey, you know on the Toast stream, if you've seen me stream, you know level 27. Terrible color scheme. Absolutely horrible. Although, I will say with the Nestris Champ setup, the colors aren't as bad as they normally are for me. Like, I can actually kind of see the L pieces and the Z pieces as they're going down. So, you know, it's not so bad on Nestris Champs, but still, worst color scheme ever. As we had a drought on Kirby's side, there was a 20-piece drought. He gets a split triple, and he's building one row off the bottom. He could probably get 2 more Tetrises before a kill screen. SV is on to kill screen. We have a double max out, in fact. 1.1 million for SV, 1.086 for Kirby, as both players onto level 29. It's coming down a lot faster. We're at twice the speed we were before. And a Tetris on kill screen for SV, 1.2 million. He's up by 108,000 points. Kirby is Tetris ready, waiting for that long bar to arrive. There it is. There's his Tetris, both on level 30, both still building for Tetrises, and SV adds another one to the mix. 1.249 million for SV, 1.176 for Kirby. And these players are still going, still throwing down Tetrises, and another one for Kirby. 1.3 million to 1.219 million. We've got about 70 lines until level 39, and Kirby has hung a J piece on the left. He's probably going to need some flatbirds. Can't get the tap over to get the other J piece in that gap. He ends up topping out, and that was a 23-piece drought as well. SV is good to go in game number 2. He takes it 1.331 million to 1.22 million and takes the 2-0 lead in this best of 5 series. So GG's to both of you. So yes, SV, you can mullen it out if you want, but you are also free to top out. You've taken game number 2. We'll put that heart on the board for you. And SV still going. Maybe trying to see if he can pull this out. Maybe go for a rollover, or just see how many points he can get on this one, because he's at 1.4 million now. He's got under 30 lines to kill to level 39, the double kill screen. And he's on level 36. Let's see what he can do. He's been doing a lot of burning, trying to get his way out and get back to building Tetrises, but the pieces had other plans in mind for SV, as he's just had to fight for every line clear to get back down to the bottom. And he's almost got himself out of it, but he only has 8 more lines until the double kill screen. Can he get another Tetris out of it? Maybe get up to a 1.5? The answer is, I don't know. He's setting up for it. He's only going to get a triple out of that, and he goes into level 39, and he gets a 1.5 million out of it. So a 1.5, mulleting it out, makes it to the double kill screen, and guess SV does get the 2-0 series lead. It's one of those nights, folks. But hey, we're on to game number 3. Let's count this on down as both players are ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And where we stand here in this game 3, we're looking at SV trying to get a sweep, go up 3 games to none. And then we want Kirby. If he wins, starts the journey to the reverse sweep, makes it a 2-1 game, maybe even gets to a decider. We'll have to see what happens. And yes, chat is throwing up their players that begin with D. So if we get another game with a lot of D players, I'll be sure to remember those now. But we had that one seed earlier where we had the 3 Fs in a row. What about your F players? I mean, we have Fractal, we have Fire Docs, we've got F1, we got F1. What are the other players whose names begin with F? Because we're going to get another multi-letter F seed at some point in the future. But we're getting a huge drought in this one. 25 pieces for the SV who gets a Tetris. So a 25-piece drought to start this game early on. You hate to see it. That's some Norg level RNG there, starting off a game with a 25-piece drought like that. Both players able to survive that bad luck RNG, that early drought. They're clean once again, able to build for Tetrises. But again, we are early on. Kirby is fighting for a chance to play another game. SV, once again, looking for that sweep. Wants to get out of here with a 3-0 victory. And give himself some leverage in this Division 1. And maybe even put himself into a chance to get some money out of that prize pool. Looking at the standings right now, actually, let's not look at the standings. Let's look at SV get out of this dig situation. We'll put a hold on that because we have another drought over 20 pieces. This was about a 22-piece drought, and that's not, well, actually, that's a good question for the chat. Do you all, when you're in a high, is a drought kind of something that helps you out? From my perspective, I would almost think if you're in a burn situation, a drought helps you out because, one, your opponent's not able to get any Tetrises because they're also getting the drought. But two, unless you have a long bar dependency, you're probably doing stuff like flat burns or trying to get other pieces into place that will help you get down. Now we're halfway to transition. Looks like SV's on about a 500k transition pace. Kirby currently sitting at about a 650k transition pace. Gets the long bar over, and Tetris is at halfway. The actual scores for both players, 349,000 for Kirby, 280,000 for SV. So Kirby, as it stands, has the score to keep going in this one. He'll need to maintain it. It's not over yet, but if he is able to keep the score lead, he'll secure the victory and also get a simul Tetris, both players throwing down at the same time. And, of course, keep this going into a game 4 and maybe even a decider. We're coming up to 100 lines here. Looks like SV had a little burn to do, but he was able to get out of it with no problem. He is Tetris ready. Kirby did get the Tetris. And now looks like Kirby's playing Where's Waldo Longbar Edition. Meanwhile, SV is just trying to burn out, uses the longbar to get it, and he'll be free in probably about 3 or so burn lines. But now we've passed 100 on the board. Kirby is at 513,000. He's looking at a 600k plus transition as he is past the 100 line, the turn marker, making his way to the level 19 transition. Meanwhile, SV sets up a dirty Tetris about halfway up the board, 5 rows off the bottom, and he's looking at a pace of around probably 480,000 heading into level 19. So it is Kirby with the edge, both in terms of score, but also in terms of line count. He is behind in not pace. I'll use the term tempo. If there's another term for, I guess, what you'd use to describe who's further ahead in the line count, other than saying they're in the future or the past, I'm up for it. But for me, the word tempo comes to mind. So for now, I'm going to roll with that. But now we've got 2 Tetrises to go until transition for both of these players. Kirby sitting at 588k. If things work out, he'll transition over 600,000, but he's going to have to burn his way out of this. SV has one more Tetris, and he gets it to transition 506,000. And Kirby got one more line to burn, and then he can get a Tetris, gets the line burn. Now he's waiting for the long bar, and he gets it. That's going to be a transition of 618,000. So another 600k plus transition in this game, as Kirby is not getting the pieces he wants, just not very good RNG. Let's see if he can get out of this. He's about halfway up the board. Shouldn't be too bad for a roller, but it also depends on the pieces. Do you get the pieces you need? And you know, for the most part, I'd almost say Kirby kind of not getting the best pieces, but he's making them work. SV is clean on his side, and he's got a 1.5 Tetris deficit. SV is down 590k to 635,000 as Kirby is doing it again. He is surviving this burn situation, digging his way out. He's got the well open and gets the Tetris. Once again, Kirby showing he can dig with the best of them, gets himself out of that jam, and he is actually still in the lead despite that long dig because we're on to level 22. SV's only down by less than a Tetris, and he takes the lead with that one for a brief moment until Kirby gets it back. We're both at around 700,000. Kirby is down by only 1,000 points here, so a burned line currently the difference in this crucial game number 3. And now we've got a drought. 17 pieces and counting. Kirby gets the dirty center well Tetris all the way up, all the way down the middle. Absolutely filthy on Kirby's side of the board as he gets another one. He's coming back with a vengeance. For a moment, SV had the lead, but Kirby takes it right back with authority, and that lead balloons up to over 50,000 points now with a Hey Now Tetris rate, 69% on Kirby's side, 852k to 770k. He's got the lead back. He's a little bit ahead in terms of tempo. He's about 5 lines in the future. Not too much of a difference, but still, it does make it a true lead. And we're about 30 lines away from the kill screen here, coming up to level 26. Both players have their boards set up. They're Tetris ready. They both get it. They're on to level 26. We're heading into max out territory as I believe Kirby needs just one more Tetris to get the max out. SV, he's got about 100,000 points to go before that, so he'll need a few Tetrises probably. And there's the max out into level 27 for Kirby. 1.01, make it 1.04 million Tetris during the score update. You knew it was coming. SV still at 965k. They're about 15 lines from the kill screen. Both players fighting to keep this one going. We have a little mini drought here on level 27. It was about 16, 17 pieces, but Kirby gets the Tetris. SV now Tetris ready. He can get one more Tetris before going into the kill screen. Same with Kirby. They both have one more Tetris they can throw down. And SV does. He's at 1.107 million. Kirby goes into kill screen at 1.187 million. A 2 Tetris lead on to level 29. And the players are still building and still getting Tetrises. But it is Kirby with that almost 2 Tetris lead here as we head towards level 30. SV is already there. Kirby's getting droughted. 17-piece drought. He can't do anything with it. Kirby has topped out. SV, you're in a chase down. 1.229 million is what you need to take the sweep. It is chase down time here on CTL. And what is SV going to do with it? He's still building. I think he's going to do probably the same thing that Scuti did in his game. He's probably just going to try and line it out. He's got 12,000 points to go. And, nope, you know, he just says go big or go home. SV gets the Tetris. Do what you got to do. Take your victory lap. There's another Hey Now, 269 lines. Mulling it out if you want, SV. You have won Game 3. You have won the match. 3 games to 0. And let's see what SV can do with this one. In the first game, Blue Scuti's Mullen was a 1.5 million. And oh my gosh, what a tuck on the kill screen there. Gets the S tuck in the kill screen, and he's waiting for that long bar. This has got to be coming up to a drought. Well, maybe not, because we just got the long bar. And 1.369. If there's one thing you'll learn about me, I will catch the Hey Now, and I will make sure it is noticed. And SV not getting the long bar, and he's going to top out at 1.373 million, but the damage has been done. SV takes game number 3. He gets the sweep. He gets the match. 3 games to 0.
Yes. Let's get started with our Division 1B matchup between Blue Scuti and SV. We'll get started here in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. On the left. Well, he doesn't want to do a lot of work when it comes to, the seed. But he'll make me do all the work of, looking up his PV on NES Tetris leaderboards. Because it's not up to date in the bot. On the left is the first Game Crasher. And the first ever back 5 back champion of CTL. He's also pretty good at the game, with an NTSC PB of 18,203,000. He can score some points. Welcome in, Blue Scuti. And on the right, a champion in his own right. Has been holding on to that Tetris Friendlies Heavyweight Championship like nothing. Like, nobody is challenged. I mean, they've challenged him, but they haven't taken it from him. He's got a PB of 5,984,000. Roller out of the United Kingdom, it is SV. So welcome in, Evesy. Scuti getting to a little bit of a pickle here. Bad pieces, too. Not helpful. Man, this is kind of crazy. He's getting out of it. He's going to bring this board down slowly but surely. $256 for SV, 162 for Scuti. Just reading the wrong number there. Wintera randomly finding war stickers. Colin probably slipped it into your backpack or something. He was trying to just give those away like nothing. Another Tetris for SV. He has a 6-digit lead right now. We're halfway through level 18, and SV putting up some big numbers on this level, but now going to have to burn a little bit to try to get this board back in order. Looking for a bar for the column of 7 he's got going on, but just going to take some burns. And with no bar coming, just has to put the pieces wherever they can fit. We'll get the bar over to the left side. Had to create a long bar dependency in the middle of that, so needs another bar. There it is. Scuti's getting back into this. Is only back by 2.5 Tetrises. And SV looking to clean this up with a long bar here. Oh, but that square says hi and reminds you that this game does not like you. But we'll eventually get it cleaned up. 376 for SV, 374 for Blue Scuti, neck and neck. Scuti gets the bar over, will score the Tetris. Trying to keep up with SV's scoring. It's be a pretty decent transition for the players. Another Tetris for Scuti. Another Tetris. And we're about to hit the level 19 transition. SV's got the better pace here. It's about a 1 Tetris lead for SV. And Scuti will Tetris into 19 at 5:45. SV knocks the Tetris down to going at 5:68, but does have a little bit of cleanup to do to start the level. Gets that done quickly. Tetris for Scuti. SV can't get the left side to cooperate here, so he's going to have to fill in the right. Finally, we'll get a bar down there. Scuti is digging. SV may be thinking about going dirty here, but unfortunately the pieces say, now you burn a few more. Okay, now he's going to try going for this column 8. And is set up. There's the bar. There's the Tetris. SV in the lead. Scuti will enter level 22. SV will follow him. Still a very close game. It's within a Tetris. Scuti having to do some digging here. Does get the bar over. Will score the Tetris. Oh, Scuti gonna have to play some cleanup here. Keeping all those holes in column 8, though. That's interesting. But just can't find the pieces to bring this down. SV gonna take a bigger lead here. But SV is getting droughted, so nothing for him yet. There's the bar. There's the Tetris for SV. 808. Scuti at 736, halfway through the level 19 speeds. Another Tetris for Scuti. SV looking for a bar, but again getting droughted here. Will knock that Tetris down. 90,000 point lead for SV. Has a long bar dependency. Will fill in the right side. Waits for the bar, and the bar shows up almost immediately. And before I could have gotten those words out of my mouth, he had gotten a Tetris down the right side. Like it's nothing. Still a 90,000 point lead for SVs. Also backed by 5 lines as well. Will score a Tetris. Scuti will get one as well. There's SV. 1 Tetris away from the max, and we'll score it here. Level 29 coming up. 1,066,000 for SV on the transition. Scuti looking for that last bar as well. But getting a little droughted here. This is actually not good, and the bar will not go over. SV is going to take game number 1. Tetris time with the chat curse saying, Scuti is not one to mess around with the kill screen, followed by, what have I done? SV playing this out. It is a very good score. And SV showing us that he's got the chops to play deep. Nice tuck there. Very nice kill screen play here from SV. A little bit of trouble here, and that missed 5-tap will spell the end. E61 for SV. GG's. And SV will start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. This match is the 6th meeting between the players for ELO. And for a while, SV had a pretty iron grip on the series between the two of them. Winning their first 3 games against Scuti, once in an ELO battle, once in Classic Tetris League, and once in Classic Tetris Gauntlet. But Scuti knows how to win when it matters. To say the least. I mean, he is our 5-time champion. He has beaten SV twice during his reign of terror. And both of them were 3-0. Ooh, very good setup for SV there with the T-spin. So we'll see with this being a non-championship match what happens. SV already ahead, 1-0. Violet in chat says, Scuti knows how to win when it matters, and it almost always matters to Scuti. Not wrong. In fact, Scuti is currently taking a part in the Classic Tetris Wars Battle Royal 6 Championship, where he is currently in round 3. And between him and Knight, the two of those had a dominant performance yesterday. But listen to some of these scores from Scuti. His worst game was 1,064,000. The next one up was a 1.4. He had 2 1.5s, a 1.6, 2 of those, 2 1.6s, a 1.7, and a Wars record 1,898,000 points, one single away from getting the first Wars 1.9. And he died on, like, I think it was 36 or 37.